Judge Eileen Cannon is once again being put in the spotlight after one of her decisions forced a witness to come out and speak publicly. Brian Butler, who is referenced as Trump employee number 5, not to be confused with Mambo number 5, special counsel Jack Smith's indictment of former President Donald Trump, talked to CNN on Monday and said that he had spoken to prosecutors multiple times about the fact that he had unknowingly helped Trump co-defendant Walt Nauta to deliver boxes of classified documents from Mar-a-Lago to Donald Trump's plane the same day that Trump and his lawyer had met with the Justice Department about classified documents. You know, doing a little bit of a obstruction there, moving these documents. Now, Butler had said a lot of things in his interview, very interesting things. The fact that he was tired of Donald Trump calling this a witch hunt, saying that Trump doesn't take responsibility for anything, which is interesting because this guy had worked for Trump for 20 years in the inner circle, knew Donald Trump, worked for him. And he's like, yeah, this guy doesn't take responsibility for a damn thing. Now, what was really striking, though, about that interview and what's relevant to this story is the reason that he decided to go public.
Why are you speaking out publicly with your story now?
Well, I mean, it's been almost a year since FBI agents showed up at my house when my wife was at home. And, you know, over the course of the last year, emotionally, it's been a roller coaster. You know, a couple weeks ago, Judge Cannon says she's going to release the names of the witnesses. You know, you go from highs and lows in this. And instead of just waiting for it to just come out, I think it's better that I get to at least say what happened than it coming out in the news, people calling me like crazy. I'd rather just get it out there. And, you know, the hope is at least I can move on with my life and get over this.
As for the hopes of he can move on with his life and get over this, I don't know if Trump is going to make it that easy for him, MAGA. Because, look, the reason that he went forward is that he said, I'm going to get outed. Judge Cannon is going to out me and the rest of them. So I'm just going to get ahead of it. And I'm going to actually tell what's really happening. Now, wait, why would the judge out the witnesses before the trial, months before the trial is slated to begin? Kind of seems like you're putting them in a little bit of danger, you know, knowing that people that were involved in the cases, all the different cases, when it comes to Donald Trump, that involved Donald Trump, that you had, for example, judges getting death threats, legal, witnesses getting death threats, all sorts of threats online from Trump supporters, okay? Knowing that all of that happens across the numerous cases that we have seen so far, like, for example, the E. Jean Carroll defamation case. Then you had the New York fraud case, okay? All these cases where you have people involved getting threatened because, you know, they were witnesses, they were public witnesses, they were named, etc. Why would you do this unless you want these witnesses to face the same treatment? And again, before the trial even begins, which could taint their testimony, make them too afraid, intimidate them into not wanting to, testify. I'm guessing that that's the whole point, though. All right? Now, not only that, but in addition to, wanting to out these witnesses, Judge Cannon has also delayed the case by allowing Trump's motion to compel the government to have to produce a mountain of irrelevant materials on the cracked out theory that this case is politically driven from Joe Biden himself. Joe Biden, who, again, faced an investigation when it comes to classified documents, having classified documents. Do you know what he did? He accidentally took some documents home. And then when the government was like, hey, you got these documents. Oh, okay, I'll just send them back. That was it. That's all you had to do. That's all Trump had to do. And had Trump done that and not tried to obstruct justice, not tried to obstruct the FBI, the government, from getting those files back by sending them back, we wouldn't be in this situation. He wouldn't be in this situation. This is all self-inflicted when it comes to Trump. All right? So that's the person that got him in trouble, is Trump. So now Trump's motion also demanded the right to put the entire filing on the public docket, including witness statements and grand jury testimony, which again, of course, as I already mentioned, it would out everybody, subject them to threats, intimidation. And if Donald Trump wins, and this is important too, wins the election, subject to retribution. You don't think that Donald Trump would go after his political enemies? Yeah, of course he would. People who testified against him? Of course he would. He's even admitted it. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go after my enemies. Watch out. I'm coming for you. He'll do it. So no wonder this guy got ahead of it and said, look, this trial, if it's even, I don't even know if it's likely to happen before the election. And if it doesn't, before it is too late, I'm going to tell you the reality. Because I was there. I helped move these documents. Now, right now, the Judge Cannon has endlessly delayed this case. And that's to help Donald Trump, who wants these cases to be delayed until after the election when he can just dismiss them, get rid of them, order the DOJ to say, no, we're not going to look into it anymore. We found Donald Trump to be completely 100% innocent. That's it. And again, the fact that everybody may end up being outed before the trial takes place is just absolutely disastrous. And legal experts have responded to this entire sad display with shock and horror that this could happen in our justice system. Former federal prosecutor Andrew Weissman said it's usually not great for the prosecution for a witness to go public, but in this case, as this case is not going to happen before the election, this is not so bad for the public to hear. Yes, the truth. Weissman also said that Butler's allegations are direct evidence of dissemination of classified information by Trump and of obstructive conduct. Attorney Bradley Moss had also posted that, remember, Cannon's actions have consequences. Yeah, Jack Smith should probably, file a motion to have Cannon replaced. U.S. Attorney Joyce Vance posted, as a former prosecutor, it's hard to express how disturbing this is, multiple levels. National Security Attorney Mark Zaid tweeted that it's unfortunate for prosecutors, but given incredible importance surrounding Trump's classified prosecution and repeated court delays, probably for the better. So yeah, this is, again, something that is normally not a good thing. You don't want your witnesses coming out before the case begins. But here, there's a legit concern that there won't be a case, it'll never go to trial, and that the witnesses will be, forcibly outed before they can tell their story, subject to threats, intimidation, etc., as well as Trump defenders, the media, being able to come out and spin their own narrative before the witnesses actually have a chance to tell what they've seen. So this is just the latest in a mountain of decisions by Judge Cannon that it doesn't just put into doubt her impartiality, right? No, it clearly shows a bias, clearly shows to any reasonable person that she is definitely in the tank for Donald Trump. After all, he did appoint her.